Melamed. This is a Rakdos aggro deck up against Is It Cauldron. So let's see how this one shakes out. It's Rakdos aggro list. We're taking a look at it before we went live. And, it's pretty much mono red, but then it's doing some exploding things with the Callous Cell Sword, that burn together finisher that we've seen a couple times. So, yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you what's going on in terms of this being a Rakdos deck. The mana base is 18 mountains and one black
Blaze
red.
Marverge. Yeah.
So it's Rakdos because it features Callous Sellsword, but the main use of that is going to be burned together.
Yeah. This is a mono red deck.
Yeah, this is a mono red deck, but there's still some cool stuff going on because if you remember Standard, if you've been following for a long time now, a few months ago, there was exactly one way that the mono red deck, or that the red base aggro decks looked. They all featured Heartfire Hero, Emberheart Challenger, Manifold Mouse, Monstrous Rage, and a number of other staple 4-ofs. That's not the case anymore. Heartfire Hero and Monstrous Rage have exited the format. Those are banned. So now there's a huge spectrum of ways that players are building mono red, and a lot of these different versions are having success.
Yeah.
So what Alexander has brought is the most explosive, fast deck in the tournament. I would even argue like the fastest deck possible in Standard, with Leyline of Resonance, all cards that cost 1 and 2 mana, Slick Shot Show Off, and he's just trying to get the game over with.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, no Leyline of Resonance on board for him to get things really cooking. And on the other side of things, we've got our Prophetic Memory on the board here for Jonathan, so able to pump up his creatures as we get the Marauding Mako joining the fray here too, alongside the Fear of Missing Out. Yeah, I love the Leyline of Resonance deck. Nicholas Odenheimer played the Gruul aggro Leyline deck in the very first Spotlight series and won that one. Jean-Emmanuel Duprat bought it in a sea of, I think it was a sea of like Esper nonsense. He was just like, I'm playing mono red, man. What are you guys on?
Yeah, it's one of those things where like, I kind of thought it was a joke,
yeah?
Right? Oh, Leyline of Resonance, let's play it on Arena so that we can get the fun screenshots of turn 2 kills, whatever it might be. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, actually the world champion and like arguably the best player in the world is bringing this to the Pro Tour. This maybe is not so much of a joke.
It was funny, man. Oh, I loved it. Alrighty, what I got there? Dreadmaw's Ire. This is kind of the replacement to Monstrous Rage. There's still a big monster on it, +2/+2. And Trample. Also gets to destroy some artifacts, which is very relevant in this format.
That's a super cool card. I really like that. Wow, so was that Alexander winning the game on the third turn on the draw?
Looks like it, yeah.
Against a pretty nice draw from Jonathan Lobo Melamed?
Yeah, he was setting up nicely, but oops, you're dead. So you don't get to play any more in this game. Players will move to sideboards now. Today is open deck list, so if you also want to check out the deck list, I believe there's a link pinned in chat. So go check it out, see who's playing what, and if anyone wants to do some analysis and see how many people are playing this, that, or the next thing, feel free, man. So here's the sideboard. We do believe that Poison Dart Frog is incorrectly labeled there. I don't think he'd bring in that adorable little guy. As cute as he is, the Poison Dart Frog is adorable. It doesn't fit in this mana base, unfortunately. What are we looking to now for Alexander? If he wants to 2-0 this, what's he going to go for?
Look, I mean, Alexander's deck... It plays one way. He is not looking to... No, Ailey, look at this.
What?
Look what's happening on screen.
Oh, is there a Poison Dart Frog there?
Jonathan said, what is Poison Dart Frog? And he just whipped it out of his sideboard.
It is in the sideboard.
It's a lucky charm,
Oh, okay. I need to ask him about that. Okay.
Look, if you're not going to bring in that 15th sideboard card... And you have a card that's going to bring you good luck.
Oh my gosh!
It's space well spent.
I was like, that's definitely got to be like an error or something, right? Nope, it's there. Oh, I love that. Oh, it's so cute.
And I wonder how many times that exact exchange has happened for Alexander. If they're like us, right? Where it's like, oh, does he have an error in his deck list? We gotta get this figured out. Nope, that is exactly right.
Beautiful.
Did I stutter?
Can't play it at all. I don't think he makes any treasures, but yeah, it's just there to hang out, man.
Okay, but I got sidetracked from your
Yes.
your excellent question, which is what is Alexander going to do? Well, he's going to try to win the game really quickly, just like he did in game number 1. He gets to basically perfect his suite of creature burn spells. Like if he wants to bring in Torch the Tower, fine. There are some matchups where Sunspine Lynx is going to help him go a little bit bigger. But I think he's probably pretty set up in game number 1 to be optimized against Is It Cauldron. Maybe those 2 Ghost Vacuums come in. But we're going to see his deck mostly function the way that it functioned in game number 1.
And then on Jonathan's side of things, he got dead really fast there. So
yeah, I think Jonathan's goal is just to basically slow the game down, have whatever answers he can have against Slick Shot Show Off. So I mean, if I'm him, I'm like, okay, anything that kills a creature. Torch the Tower, Abrade, Fire Magic, Broadside Barrage, Obliterating Bolt, those are straight in. And then if he can manage to slow down the game and get to turn 5, 6, 7, that's where his deck, the power level of the Is It Cauldron strategy is gonna help him ride to victory. So let's just, pace the game and survive that early rush.
Yeah, kill some stuff, hopefully counter a couple things, get the Quantum Riddler down, and, hopefully give us 3 games here as we get settled in to round number 13. So there's some really cool cards that we've seen from Edge of Eternities lately, friends. So if you would like to get your cards, your singles, pick up your sealed product, go to SCG's website and go grab yourself that awesome set. It's really, really fun. Fill up your rocket ships, go to space. There's a galaxy far, far away that, Tezzeret's hanging out and being a meanie pants, but yeah, go get some spaceships, find some planets. There's some excellent, excellent cards that we're seeing make an appearance here and make a big difference. There's also the Shocklands, which are gorgeous, so definitely go check it out. StarCityGames.com/MTG-EOE. Such a sweet flavor set. I dig it. Who doesn't love a good galaxy, right?
Yeah, it's been fun.
I had the most disgusting draft deck yesterday. I think I showed it to you just before we left.
Tell us about it.
Oh, man. Starfield Vocalist, and then just everything in Azorius that enters and does a thing I could possibly have. I got 2 of the station monitors, the Azorius Uncommon, Signpost Uncommon. So, I was eating good yesterday.
Station Monitor that's one of those cards that I just feel like I never beat.
No.
They play it on turn 2. It's like, okay, I know where this one's headed.
Yeah.
I've seen this episode before. Just tokens every single turn.
Oh, it's so, so good. This format's really sweet. I've been enjoying it a bunch. And then I had like the Astrali Redeemer or something, the big 5-mana angel. It doesn't do that much in the deck, but if someone kills my station monitor or one of my other, creatures, enchantments or artifacts, I can bring that back. It's great. Anyway, I digress. I like Magic. Magic is great.
So Jonathan Lobo Melamed is one of these players that I'm really excited to see out for the Spotlight Series event. He is an old-time player from Brazil, and an interesting fun fact about him is at the time that I was getting on the Pro Tour around 2010, they had they maintained a rating system of players based on how much you won or lost recently, gave you a number rating, and Jonathan was the number 1 ranked player at that time.
Oh,
so he's definitely got some chops. Like, this is a Pro Tour veteran who's back.
Sweet, yeah.
Not unlike some other players that we've seen on camera throughout the weekend. So when a big fun event can get people, back into the game, getting on airplanes to travel and come out and play, that's a really nice sign. So
yeah, that's awesome. And there's it's not just in the States that we have these spotlight events. There's also a bunch happening in Europe. I'm not 100% sure about the other regions in the world, but definitely check them out. Pretty sure Magic's website will have a list of all of the spotlight events that you can go and attend.
Yeah, there was Spotlight Final Fantasy in Japan, which I heard was a really fun event. I would have loved to be there.
Oh,
but
yeah.
A little far to travel from East Coast USA. But yeah, coming up, we have a round of Spotlight events. Baltimore in the United States, which you and I will be at. That's going to be great. Spider-Man. Yeah. And then at the same time, comparable time frame, Liverpool.
Yeah. So.
In the UK.
Many, many Magic events to be enjoyed. I still think we should dress up.
Yes.
Let's just put that in the budget for that event. Yeah.
Jim and Corey pointed out that it is very close to Halloween, so there's
Ooh,
kind of no excuse
heck
not
yeah,
to.
we have to. All right. Can we have costumes, please, Director Man? For Baltimore. Can we dress up? He is rolling his eyes and chuckling at us, so that might be a yes.
We know Corey will do anything to not have to wear a tie.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
you know, Spider-Man costumes
There we
probably
go.
not accepted.
We might need Disney approval. Okay. Well, you can get on that, right? Oh, boy. So it looks like Alexander is happy with his hand, and I think we are happy with Jonathan's too. I believe that was a Malta 6 for Jonathan. Hopefully not 5, because, he'd be very much on the back foot then, as we get our little lizard friend on the board here first and foremost for Alexander, and Torch the Tower says, get out of here. Ooh, Cauldron. Okay, we're cooking. Maybe. Just need some ingredients for that artifact. Okay, Emberheart Challenger in for 2.
Ooh, pass the turn with no play.
That's
so
rough.
we'll hope for Jonathan's sake that he has some kind of instant speed interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Although, if I had a Braid in this spot, I would be quite tempted to just main phase kill the Emberheart Challenger, so there's no shenanigans.
Especially with Might the Meek on the stack here. Get a pump up and gets draw a card. And the exile of the Valiant trigger.
So, yeah, Emberheart Challenger is... This was one of the staples of the old mono red deck from a few months ago. This is the one that survived. It's not banned, and it's like frequently the mice package with Manifold Mouse, that's gone to the wayside.
Yeah.
But this is still an amazing card.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, it allows the red deck to sort of play a value game that normally it's not supposed to. So remember when we were sideboarding, I was like, okay, yeah, all Jonathan has to do is survive that early rush, then he's going to win automatically, right, by virtue of his deck being more powerful. Well, Emberheart Challenger kind of flips that script where Alexander gets to continue attacking and pushing damage while generating free card advantage along the way.
So, pretty decent board established here. Did some damage dealt to Jonathan. Down to 14 he goes. Jonathan needs to do some critter control here, or he's going to get run over by rodents and lizards.
Yeah, maybe the best thing you could hope for if you're a Jonathan fan is that he's holding fire magic, waiting for that third land to sort of clean everything up. And if, it's possible if that plan works out, maybe he stabilizes the board at like 8 or 9, he could still be in the game. But I think, especially if Alexander has a good hand and can keep the pressure on this turn, Jonathan's going to need something pretty special to stay in the game.
100%. Marauding Mako gets to sit in front of some increasingly threatening critters on Alexander's side of things, and he's having a big think about something.
Now, the Mako is actually a uniquely interesting play for Jonathan to make because just on the board, he did have the option to cycle that. So based on the context, like we can kind of deduce that the Mako was the card that he drew this turn.
Yeah.
And, what does my hand look like where I'm electing to play that as a blocker versus cycle it and try to hit another land? It's like interesting questions that both players should be thinking about here.
Yep. On the other side of things, though, full bore is what Alexander's going. Target creature +3/+2. It's got some things that care about warp, but unless there's a Nova Hellkite, I don't think anything cares about warp in
So that's
this
pretty
deck.
cool. It's just like basically a
just
red
+3/+2.
giant growth. Brute Force was the name of that old time card.
Good lord. That's a lot of damage. So before damage dealt, we get the ping from our Hired Claw. Wasn't interested to target the mouse, though.
Yeah, so that's kind of a nice technique that you can think about sometimes in your red decks.
There we go. Just did it twice.
Why not both? But
Full bore.
I was going to say sort of like splitting the difference, pumping up the weaker of your two creatures so that you put your opponent in a tough spot. They can't answer all your best stuff in one go.
Oof, that's so much damage. No block, no colored mana at all, because that's a Soulstone Sanctuary Jonathan's got available to him, so he just has to eat this. Ugh. Down to, what, 4?
And if there's a burn together, then the game could be over.
Yep, there sure is. That is going to do it. Alexandre wants to get this round over and done with. He's got other things to do here, Reed.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what maybe he's working today or something. He's like, I got to finish all my matches in 5-6 minutes so I can free up